Myself, AWS, Azure and Oracle certified professional and Microsoft certified trainer. Many associates not only passed by following these videos, they have passed with above 90% score. If you have missed OCI Foundation question series videos or Oracle Autonomous Database Specialty Exam question series videos, I highly recommend you to please watch those videos. To encourage you for the free certification, we have started a giveaway where you can participate for free and win exciting rewards while preparing for the certification exam. Don't miss to click the I button at the top right corner to know the steps. Links available in the video description as well. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe and press the bell icon now. Let's start. Question 1. What command should you issue to enable application continuity on autonomous database shared infrastructure? And the options are A. Alter session set application continuity equal to true. B. Alter database set application continuity equal to true. C. Exec DBMS cloud admin dot enable app count. And D. Alter system set application continuity equal to true. To enable application continuity on autonomous database shared infrastructure, you need to execute this command. Back to the options. Option A. Alter session set application continuity equal to true. This is incorrect command. Option B. Alter database set application continuity equal to true. This is incorrect too. Option C. Exec DBMS cloud admin dot enable app count. Yes, this is correct command. And last option, option D. Alter system set application continuity equal to true. This is also incorrect. So the correct option for question 1 is option C. Question 2. Which statement is false regarding the autoscaling feature? And the options are A. Autoscaling is enabled by default and can be enabled or disabled at any time. B. For database on dedicated accelerator infrastructure, the maximum number of cores available to a database depends on the total number of cores available in the accelerator infrastructure instance. And C. The base number of OCPU cores allocated to a database is not guaranteed. Now analyze the options. Option A. Autoscaling is enabled by default and can be enabled or disabled at any point. This is valid statement. Let's verify from OCI doc. This is clearly mentioned. Autoscaling is enabled by default and can be enabled or disabled at any point. As we have to choose invalid statement, so this is incorrect. Option B. For databases on dedicated accelerator infrastructure, the maximum number of cores available to a database depends on the total number of cores available in the accelerator infrastructure instance. For databases on dedicated accelerator infrastructure, the maximum number of cores available to a database depends on the total number of cores available in the accelerator infrastructure instance and is further limited by the number of free cores that are not being used by other autoscaling databases to meet high load demands. So option B is also valid statement, so incorrect. Option C. The base number of OCPU cores allocated to a database is not guaranteed. No, this is invalid statement. The base number of OCPU cores allocated to a database is guaranteed. So option C is invalid, hence correct. So the correct option for question 2 is option C. Question 3. In the autonomous database dedicated service, what does the freight administrator use to control OCPU utilization? And the options are A. Oracle Machine Learning Notebook, B. Compartment quotas, C. SQL Developer Web Console, and D. Resource Manager settings. You can use compartment quotas to control how autonomous database OCPU and storage resources are allocated to Oracle Cloud Infrastructure compartments. Back to the options. Option A. Oracle Machine Learning Notebook. This is incorrect. Option B. Compartment quotas. This is correct. We can use compartment quota to control how autonomous database OCPU and storage resources are allocated to Oracle Cloud Infrastructure compartments. Option C. SQL Developer Web Console. This is incorrect. And option D. Resource Manager settings. This is also incorrect. So the correct option for question 3 is option B. Question 4. How can an autonomous database resource be provisioned without logging into the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure console? And the options are A. It cannot be done. B. Connecting to the Cloud Infrastructure Command Console via SSH wallet. C. Using the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure Command Line Interface Tool or REST API calls. D. Using database configuration assistant on the database server. Now analyze the options. Option A, it cannot be done. No, this is incorrect. Obviously we can do it. There are ways. Option B, connecting to the Oracle infrastructure command console via SSH wallet. No, this is not the right way. So incorrect. Option C, using the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure Command Line Interface Tool or REST API calls. This is correct ways. OCI CLI and REST API calls. You can refer this documentation which describes how to provision a new autonomous database on shared Exadata infrastructure using REST API. Oracle Cloud Infrastructure provides a number of software development kit and command line interface or CLI to facilitate development of custom solutions. So CLI is also supported. So option C is correct. Option D, using database configuration assistant on the database server. No, this is incorrect. So the correct option for question 4 is option C. Question 5. Which set of Oracle Cloud Infrastructure metrics is available only for autonomous database on dedicated infrastructure? And the options are A. CPU utilization, storage utilization. B. Transaction count, sessions, running statements. C. Query latency, user calls, execute count. And D. IOPS, storage space used by table space, apply and transport lag. Each of the metrics would be available only in shared infrastructure or in dedicated infrastructure or in both of them. If you go through this particular documentation, you would see the complete list of them and what metrics is available in what type of infrastructure. For your help, have prepared a table for the required metrics for the particular question. So go back to the question. At the right hand side of the screen, you could see the list of resources and it is available where? Option A, CPU utilization, storage utilization. By referring to the right side table, both of the metrics available for both type of infrastructure. But we have to choose which is available only for dedicated infrastructure. So this is incorrect. Option B, transaction count, session, running statements. All of these three are available for both. So this is also incorrect. Option C, query latency, user calls, execute count. Query latency is available for shared only and user call execute count is available for both. So this is also incorrect. Option D, IOPS, storage space used by table space, apply and transport lag. Refer to the right hand table. These three are available for dedicated only. So this is correct. So the correct option for question 5 is option D. Question 6. A new Python developer has joined your team and needs to access the autonomous database data. How does the developer connect to and interact with ADB from Python? And the options are A. The Oracle client and the CX Oracle interface for Python. B. You can't use Python with ADB. C. SQL developer. And D. Java JDK. Now analyze the options. Option A. The Oracle client and the CX Oracle interface for Python. This is correct. You can go through this documentation if you want to know the detailed steps. Option B. You can't use Python with ADB. This is incorrect. Obviously you can. Option C. SQL developer. No, SQL developer is not meant for that. So incorrect choice. Option D. Java JDK. This is also incorrect. So the correct option for question 6 is option A. Question 7. During the provisioning of an autonomous database on dedicated hardware, what does the database administrator need to select to determine where the autonomous database is created on the dedicated infrastructure? And the options are A. The compartment of the dedicated infrastructure, as each compartment only runs one dedicated environment. B. The listener endpoint where the autonomous database should register on. C. The client credential wallet which is used to connect to the autonomous database. D. The container database in which the autonomous instance should run. Go through this documentation where all the required steps are mentioned. You would find all these links in the video description, so you don't have to search elsewhere. At point number 8 it is mentioned, choose the autonomous container database in which place your database. So option A, the compartment of the dedicated infrastructure, as each compartment only runs one dedicated environment, is incorrect. Option B, the listener endpoint where the autonomous database should register on. This is also incorrect. Option C is also incorrect. The last option, option D, the container database in which the autonomous instance should run. This is correct. This matched with the point number 8. So the correct option for question 7 is option D. Question 8. Your customer wants to permanently disable scheduled maintenance on autonomous dedicated infrastructure to keep their current database versions. How can they achieve this? And the options are A. Change the automatic maintenance schedule to specify a schedule but do not select any month, week or day. B. Change the automatic maintenance schedule to no preference. C. You cannot permanently disable schedule automatic maintenance. D. Change the automatic maintenance schedule to none. Now analyze the options. Option A. Change the automatic maintenance schedule to specify a schedule but do not select any month, week or day. No, this is incorrect. To specify a schedule, you have to select any month, week or day. So this is incorrect choice. Option B. Change the automatic maintenance schedule to no preference. No, this is not possible. Hence incorrect. Option C. You cannot permanently disable schedule automatic maintenance. This is correct. If the autonomous accelerator infrastructure resources does not have a customized schedule, its maintenance schedule will automatically modify it so that it precedes the autonomous container database schedule you define. Option D. Change the automatic maintenance schedule to none. This is incorrect. So the correct option for question 8 is option C. Question 9. Where are customer managed encryption keys stored for autonomous database on dedicated infrastructure? And the options are A. In a separate key vault external to the accelerator infrastructure. B. On the accelerator infrastructure where autonomous database dedicated is hosted. C. Inside the autonomous database wallet. And D. Inside the backup of the container database. The customer managed encryption key is stored in Oracle Cloud Infrastructure Vault external to the database host. So option A, in a separate key vault external to the accelerator infrastructure, is correct. Option B, on the accelerator infrastructure where autonomous database dedicated is hosted. This is incorrect. This should be external to the accelerator infrastructure. Option C, inside the autonomous database wallet. No, this won't be inside. Rather, it should be outside. So this is incorrect. Option D, inside the backup of the container database. This is also incorrect. So the correct option for question 9 is option A. Question 10. When using DataPump to migrate your Oracle database to autonomous database, which two objects are imported? And the options are A. Schemas, B. Table spaces, C. Reports and D. Data. Now analyze the options. Yes, we do import schema using DataPump to migrate our Oracle database to autonomous database. So this is correct. Option B. Table space. No, this is incorrect. Option C. Reports. No, we can't import reports. So this is also incorrect. Option D. Data. Yes, you can import data using Oracle DataPump. You can refer this documentation for the steps. So option D is correct. So the correct options for question 10 are option A and D. Question 11. Oracle Autonomous Database on dedicated infrastructure is composed of which Oracle Cloud resources? And the options are A. Virtual Cloud Network, Compartments, Policies and Autonomous Accelerator Infrastructure. B. Fleet Administrator, Database Administrator, Database User and Autonomous Accelerator Infrastructure. C. Autonomous Accelerator Infrastructure, Autonomous Backup, Autonomous Container Database and Autonomous Database. And D. Oracle Machine Learning Zipline Notebook, Autonomous Accelerator Infrastructure, Fleet Administrator and Database Administrator. If you check the component of dedicated autonomous database documentation, you could see Autonomous Accelerator Infrastructure, Autonomous Accelerator VM Cluster, Autonomous Container Database, Autonomous Database and Autonomous Backup. These 5 only are available. Back to option. Option A. Virtual Cloud Network, Compartment, Policies and Autonomous Accelerator Infrastructure. Except Autonomous Accelerator Infrastructure, remaining first 3 components are not available. So this is incorrect. Option B. Fleet Administrator, Database Administrator, Database User and Autonomous Accelerator Infrastructure. Same as option A, only autonomous accelerator infrastructure is valid, rest are not. So this is incorrect too. Option C, autonomous accelerator infrastructure, autonomous backup, autonomous container database and autonomous database. This is correct. All of these four are available. Option D, Oracle Machine Learning Zipline Notebook, autonomous accelerator infrastructure, freight administrator and database administrator. This is incorrect too, as only autonomous accelerator infrastructure is valid, rest are not. So this is incorrect. So the correct option for question 11 is option C. Question 12. What is the role of a freight administrator in autonomous database on dedicated infrastructure deployments? And the options are A. Freight administrator are responsible for patching and backup of all container databases. B. Freight administrator creates, monitor and manage autonomous databases. C. Freight administrators create, monitor and manage autonomous accelerator infrastructure and autonomous container database resources. And D. Freight administrator defines and gains access to the admin administrative user account for the database. Let's see what is the role of freight administrator in dedicated autonomous database. Freight administrators create, monitor and manage accelerator infrastructure and autonomous accelerator VM cluster and autonomous container database resources. Back to the options. Option A, freight administrators are responsible for patching and backup of all container databases. No, they are not responsible for patching and backup. So this is incorrect choice. Option B, freight administrators create, monitor and manage autonomous databases. This is also incorrect. They are responsible for autonomous container database resources, not autonomous databases. Option C, freight administrators create, monitor and manage autonomous accelerator infrastructure and autonomous container database resources. This is what exactly mentioned in OCI doc. So this is correct. Option D, freight administrator defines and gains access to the admin administrative user account for the database. This is also incorrect. So the correct option for question 12 is option C. Question 13. Which statement is correct with respect to required action to move autonomous database resources to a different compartment? And the options are A. Moving the compartment of the autonomous database will also move the autonomous container database and autonomous accelerator infrastructure. B. Moving an autonomous database instance does not include its automatic backup. C. Autonomous accelerator infrastructure instances and autonomous container databases have no dependent resource that move with them. Associated resources remain in their current compartments. And D. You do not need to have sufficient access permission on the compartment that the resource is being moved to. Now analyze the options. Option A, moving the compartment of the autonomous database will also move the autonomous container database and autonomous accelerator infrastructure. Autonomous accelerator infrastructure instances and autonomous container databases have no dependent resources that move with them. So option A is incorrect. Option B, moving an autonomous database instances does not include its automatic backup. Autonomous database dependent resources are limited to its automatic backup. So option B is also incorrect. Now first check option D. You do not need to have sufficient access permission on the compartment that the resource is being moved to. To move resources between compartments, resource user must have sufficient access permission on the compartment that the resource is being moved to, as well as the current compartment. So option D is also incorrect. So the correct option is option C. Autonomous accelerator infrastructure instances and autonomous container database have no dependent resources that move with them. Associated resources remain in their current compartments. This is another way of selecting correct answer by eliminating incorrect options. So the correct option for question 13 is option C. Question 14. When working with an autonomous accelerator infrastructure supporting autonomous databases, where do you go to view the maintenance history of accelerator? And the options are A. Under core infrastructure, then compute, then autonomous accelerator. B. Under database, then autonomous transaction processing, then autonomous accelerator. C. Under solutions and platform, then platform services, then autonomous Exadata. And D. Under core infrastructure, then autonomous Exadata. Now analyze the options. Option A, under core infrastructure, then compute, then autonomous Exadata. No, this is incorrect. Option B, under database, then autonomous transaction processing, then autonomous Exadata. This is correct step. You can check this documentation link if you are interested to know more in detail. Option C, under solutions and platform, then platform services, then autonomous Exadata. This is also incorrect. Last option, option D, under core infrastructure, then autonomous Exadata. This is incorrect too. So the correct option for question 14 is option B. Question 15. Which two statements are true about data insights? And the options are A. Data insight is available with on-premise deployment of Oracle database. B. You can search for the data insight against a base table or business model. C. Data insights is an additional priced option. And D. You can retrieve previously executed data insight searches. Now analyze the options. Option A, data insight is available with on-premise deployments of Oracle databases. No, this is incorrect. It does not available with on-premise deployments of Oracle database. Option B, you can search for data insights against a base table or business model. You can generate insights for a table or for the analytic view deployed for a business model. So you can use both base table or business model against data insight. So option B is correct. Option C, data insight is an additional priced option. No additional price is involved in data insight. So this is incorrect. Option D, you can retrieve previously executed data insight searches. To see the result of previous search, click the recent search icon at the upper right. In the recent search panel, click anywhere in the box for the insight search that you want to see. So you can retrieve previously executed data insight searches. So option D is correct. So the correct options for question 15 are option B and D.